Sounds so good.
Oh wait,
Sounds amazing. I hope your block don't get hot today.
it's gonna get hot, but that's why we got the mics. You can.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode, another week with Read the Room podcast. You already know it's your girl Merv.
You already know it's your girl.
No, that don't even sound right when you say it. You just gotta stick to your
Hi.
Hey, this is Hempria.
I say hi, and Merv says it's not enthusiastic, but I'm so excited.
But you know,
I can
that's
be
you.
calm.
That's you.
I
I'm
can be
gonna
calm.
take you for who you are. You know,
Yeah,
I'm gonna take you for who you are.
As I am.
But welcome back to another episode. If you're new, thank you for joining us. And if you're not new, thank you for returning and listening to us yet again.
Thank you for following us on social media. Thank you for interacting with our content. We just came off of an episode called Light Skin. Is it Yellow Bone? I keep it sounded like that was what she was saying.
That's
Yellow
what
Bone. That was like
saying,
the
but,
sentiment. Okay,
yeah.
Yellow Bone is what he wants. Question mark.
Strong question mark. Bolded question mark.
That was the name of our last episode. If you haven't listened, go listen to it. We basically talked about colorism, and it's
Pretty
timely
much.
because now we're entering Black History Month, which Black History is all the time, as Merv
All
says,
day,
and
every
everybody
day.
knows. But now we get to amplify it a little bit. I feel like Black History Month is an opportunity for everybody else who forgets about Black people to remember that we exist, because we know everything that's going on in our community always. But it's for them to be like, all right, like, let's take a little peep into what's going on over there. So
Exactly. And you know what? I hate when people troll Black people during Black History Month. Every year is, why don't we have a month? I just recently
people do that.
They do that all the time. They I don't know. But anyways, this one person was like, do Hispanics have a month? Do you see us complaining? I'm like, yeah, y'all do have a month.
They do have a
in
month.
September. I'm like, if y'all don't boost y'all months, you cannot take that against Black people. The thing about even just any movement, remember in the summertime when we were talking about just like the movement period and how it's, you know, so big, it's because Black people always talk about it, and then other races are like, well, what about us? And
it's
our,
like y'all
community
can do that.
gotta pump it up.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't just put that on the back of Black people.
Yes, not our fault.
But I guess that's how they see us. So
nothing new there. Okay,
Yeah.
so our last episode we talked about colorism.
yes,
And we had some good social media interaction around that
did.
episode. So
Yeah. basically,
if you didn't hear it, there is this girl named Danny Lay, and she went and made a song called Yellow Bone is What He Wants, and basically she got ate up for it.
yeah, as she should have.
On two separate levels. One, because the song was terrible, and separately because she was saying yellow bone is what he want, which is, you know, perpetuating colorism, but she also is white. So
just white. Period.
she's of
White
like she's from Dominican, but racially she's white. So yeah.
Yeah, and y'all give us a lot of feedback because we did talk about her apology, quote unquote, and which wasn't much of an apology, but let's just get into some things that y'all were saying. Naya, she made a Twitter post, and she says, an amazing point brought up on at Read the Room podcast, a Black man giving access to Blackness through music and other spaces to non-Black women has been an issue, and until they tighten up, we never gonna be free.
Wow, never gonna be free.
Period. And then we asked you guys about her apology. Did you guys think it was sincere? And y'all were not here for it. I wasn't either.
No.
One user said she was better off typing something on notes and posting the screenshot. Someone said it was forced. Another person said, I don't think she took the time to understand what the issue was, so it wasn't genuine. Yep, and we talked about that because she was like, if I offended
anybody, whoever you might be, raise your hand. I'm sorry to you. Like, girl.
Right. If you can't just straight up lead with an apology with first saying, I'm sorry, what you're sorry for, directly speaking to the people who you offended and naming them, you know, out loud, and then closing out with a goodbye. If that's not how your apology is structured, it's not
good.
an
apology.
And we don't need it.
Yes.
So yeah, that was last week. We loved your interactions. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to this week's topic. Obviously, February is the month of love.
Amor.
Yeah, literally by the time this episode comes out, it's gonna be 2 days,
a couple days before Valentine's Day.
But Valentine's Day weekend. So yeah, we're gonna just talk about love.
Love. Okay, so I think that Valentine's Day is very much a thing. Like, people are already like, oh, Valentine's Day, what are you going to do? This, that, and the other. And if you have been listening to our podcast, you know that we like to take a look at things from a sort of different lens than we're, like, conditioned to look at.
Yeah.
So, love, for example, we always see love in the media, and it's romantic love. It's, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? Like, what are you buying your person? Flowers on Valentine's Day, chocolates, and things like that. But it's like, love is not limited to romantic love. Like, the love that you give is not only for your significant other or person you're talking to or whatever. So we're going to explore the different kinds of love.
Side note, we just need to expand. I know we have like Valentine's Day and things like that, but just like make it just normal to celebrate all types of love.
Yeah, like we should. Day. Yeah, I think of it more like that, like a day of love, not, when you... Valentine's Day is just saying, like, let's do what we do for Valentine's Day for our gals. Yeah. Like, let's just
celebrate love
on,
period. That whole day, weekend, whatever you want to.
Yeah, and it's such a beautiful thing. Love itself. You think about it, like, it's so beautiful. Why would you limit it? And I think people think, like, oh, if you're not in a relationship or you're not talking to somebody that's like, oh, now I need to go be sad about what no one's doing for me on Valentine's Day. Like, if you're thinking about Valentine's Day and it's like, I'm not with somebody, think, what can I do for someone else for Valentine's Day? Who can I show love to on Valentine's Day? Like, whose day can I brighten? Because it shouldn't be limited.
Courtney Spear, our profile, she made a good point on Twitter. She was talking about, she asked the question, like, ladies, what are you going to get yourself for Valentine's Day? Even though if you might have someone in your life that's going to give you something, it's like, what are you going to get yourself?
Yeah, that's perfect.
That love right there.
Literally, self-love. And we'll get to that when we go through
so
different kinds of love.
We're talking about love, and there apparently are 8 different types of love as defined by the ancient Greeks. And the thing about love is that it is one of the most natural human emotions. I say this all the time. It's like we were meant to love one another in whatever capacity that may be. Yeah. So we're going to dive deeper into these different types of love, just to kind of break it down for you all.
And as we talk about them, start to think about, okay, what does that look like in my life? Like, who do I love on like that? And then take it a step further in the context of Valentine's Day. What could I maybe do for that person who I love on in that way?
That's exactly what this whole love thing is about. It's like the type of love, how it happens, and then how you can do to kind of just like...
Yeah.
So with love, like I said, it's a superhuman natural reaction. But there's also this portion of love that I don't think we dive deep into. It's like the love catalyst. Obviously, a catalyst is something that, causes like a change or a reaction of some sort. So a love catalyst is like the part of you that is heightening those, whatever that type of love is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So the first type of love is Philia. Again, this is like ancient Greek names. Philia is affection love. So these are the types of love that there's no romantic attraction, but it's something that occurs between, like, let's say friends or family members.
And it's in your mind. Is that the catalyst there?
Yes, the mind.
So this is like somebody who you share the same values.
Yeah, like there's someone like you, like, damn, we think the same way, like you connected, like that one family member, like that's my dog.
Yeah,
that type of thing.
Or of your friends, like there's some people, we always talk about the different levels of friendship, like the people who you can sit and have a conversation with about complex topics or like something that's going on, like, and they understand you on a deeper level. So that's kind of like an intellectual.
Yeah, and that's connection. Literally one of the things they mention in terms of like how can you kind of keep fostering. Moving right on, the next type of love that is on the books here is, I hope I say correctly, pragma. We're going to go with that. And this is enduring love. So this is a love that matures over time. And the example that they give is, for example, a couple. Over time, and let's say you're with someone for like 5 years, the love is not going to be the same as it was when you first started. So it's something that kind of matures over time. And this type of love actually requires two very important things that's kind of hard for people to do, is commitment and dedication. So instead of like naturally just like falling in love, you're standing in that love. It's a stronger type of love.
You're deciding. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
that's
like,
why it's an enduring love.
Yeah.
It can endure a lot.
I think that in friendship context, romantic context, all of it, like, you have to make a conscious decision to be present in that situation if you want it to work. At some point, you need to, you need to say like, okay, I enjoy this person's presence. I'm going to work at this.
Yep.
Cause like it would be, some things come natural. Like it might be so easy for y'all to just, but then being there in it, don't come as natural necessarily as, you know.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that is pragma. The third type of love is storage, and this is familiar love. And this is the type of love that occurs naturally between like a parent and child.
Familial love or familiar?
Familiar. Did I say familial?
I don't know.
It's familiar, like familiar.
Okay.
Love with R.
Okay.
So this is like something that could be between a mother and daughter, or father son, parent child, or a childhood friend. And the catalyst for this one comes from memories. So the more memories you share or build, the more you value the relationship.
That's so sweet,
isn't it?
That's just the sweetest
Who
thing.
would have thought all these different types of love?
Oh my God, I'm just a lover.
No, I'm a love.
Like, oh my God,
I love love.
love.
But yeah, it's like that's another type of love. It's just like
memories.
The more memories you create,
you know what?
better the relationship is.
So that just reminds me, as I'm thinking of things to do for people like Valentine's Day. Like if there's someone who's far away or you don't have cash or whatever, you can just send an old picture of y'all. Like, happy Valentine's Day.
Something so small. Even posting on your story if you don't have like the meanings. You know, there's so many different ways to show something. Or remember back in like 2000 whatever when this, and then someone would just see it and be like, oh my God, yes.
And they will feel
like we've been friends that long. Or when you see a baby picture with you and your parents, and it's like,
so send somebody a picture on Valentine's Day. That's so sweet though.
The next one is Eros. So this is romantic love. This is the one that we all know.
We already know that one. And
this is a love that comes more natural for people. Like we said, we're all kind of brought up to be like partner centric. Somebody something. Exactly. Yeah. And this love catalyst is triggered through physical.
Okay.
Like the
Makes
body.
Sense.
So when you are in this state of love with someone, there's like a fire inside of your body that can only be satisfied by some romantic touch, like kissing and hugging and just like the physical aspect of it. Yeah. So that's pretty straightforward.
We know what that one
romantic
is. Everybody
thinks, admiring someone's body, that type of stuff. Yeah. So the next one is ludus, Ludus, playful love. So this is like the flirting.
I was gonna say this is my area because I'm a clown.
And when you're thinking of a relationship when people are more prone to share like an intimate love, this is the honeymoon phase. That beginning,
the get to know them,
that like playful that touching, early. That like you so cute, you so pretty, that like.
So this is the thing that people in long-lasting relationships or whatever strive to recreate over and over again. Yep, makes sense.
That playful love. Yeah, and this one, the love catalyst for this one is emotions. Okay, so you allow yourself to feel like very like on another plane, like high, very excited, very like childlike almost.
And that's important to keep hold of that, even if you've been standing in love for however long. Like you have to have that,
literally. Yeah, and then you just gotta. They say here the most important ways or how to show this is like flirting and engaging in whimsical conversations, spending time together, laughing, engaging in childlike behaviors,
being kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being flirty.
Yeah.
All right, this is the type of love you probably don't want to have. It's mania. This is an obsessive type of love. So this is the love where literally your partner is so obsessed with you that it can kind of come up in different ways, like jealousy. So this is like the downside of love.
Okay, these are some kinds of love to avoid.
And the love catalyst of this one is survival. So this person feels like they cannot
they need you
be without you.
Oh,
so you never want to get to a point when you need someone
toxic.
because that's not good. And you want to avoid this. They don't even have a how to show. They just say like how to avoid this.
Get
Literally
away.
just get out. Like it says, recognize obsessive or possessive behavior before acting upon it. Focus on yourself more versus another person, and put trust into your relationships.
Yeah, I feel like.
Did we touch on this before?
What? In our episode, Don't You Know That You're Toxic, is probably
Yes.
this entire, that whole episode.
Yes.
Go back and listen to Don't You Know That You're Toxic, because that's what we talked about, like unhealthy love and how it can start out looking all healthy and all good, and then all of a sudden, bro, you're in jail.
If you can avoid mania,
avoid it.
the name in itself, I mean,
is telling.
come on.
Yeah.
And then we have the seventh one, which is Philia. No, not Philia. I'm sorry. It's Philautia. Philia. I'm gonna say Philia.
Let's say that because.
Yeah. And this is self-love.
Oh
my
cheers
God.
to that one.
So this is, so Philia is a healthy form of love where you recognize your self-worth and you don't ignore your personal needs. And this one is connected directly with your soul because it allows you to reflect on your necessary needs, whether that be physical, emotional, or mental health, and then just center yourself in the love rather than a partner or family or whatever the case may be.
Yes, focusing on you. Okay, so I think I mentioned this in another episode. So I read this book, and it's called What a Time to Be Alone, The Slum Flower's Guide to Why You Are Already Enough. So one of my friends, Brittany, has suggested this because I'm trying to start back reading. Yeah. And it's like it's not a dense read. It's kind of like reading the timeline almost. And then when I saw the timeline, I'm like, it's about being single. Like, who wants to read one? You know, like who? But it's not like that. It's saying like the guide to why you are already enough. Like it's a very like self-help, self-love book. And I just, Slum, what's her name?
Slum Flower.
Shadera.
Oh, that's I'm talking about the Slum Flower.
Yeah, the Slum Flower. Shadera, you snap. Because it's such a great book. It has so many good little gems about...
You might as well go through some of them gems,
loving yourself. Okay. So, one of them... This is just some random like notes I took in here for listeners. Okay, so... This is in the beginning of the book. It says, it's time we learn to find security in our solitude. Thankfully, it's never too late to find safety in yourself. Are you ready to meet yourself? Yeah. So, and that's so true. Just what you were saying, like, worry about you. Center yourself. Let's see. What else do I got in here? Those ones are about other people. You don't want to. You don't want to do the ones about other people. Yeah, I think I only had a couple. Let's see. Okay, it says he who is asking for the same haircut as John, does he have the same shaped head as John? That one's kind of like. That's kind of about other people. But
it's about you.
It's about you knowing who you are and like accepting that and just, you know.
I think in the process of like trying to get to self-love, because it's hard, let's just be honest about it, the road to like loving yourself, especially in the culture and age that we live in, where everything is just so like there's a hierarchy. Like if you look a certain way, just a certain way, you're definitely going to be at the top versus people who kind of do their own thing. Yeah. So in a society like that, doing that could be hard. So I feel with that quote, it's kind of saying like, instead of focusing on what the next person has, stop trying to get that haircut that's not even going to fit you. Find whatever works for you. Stop trying to fit a square into a circle. It's never going to work. You need to find out what works for you and what your self-love is.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, so let's all work on our self-love. And I was actually talking to my friends last night, and we were just talking about like a romantic type of love and how, and then they mentioned that in here too, that if you don't have this self-love, you probably shouldn't be in relationships, because you can lose yourself in those type of relationships because you don't love yourself. You don't know your worth.
Yeah.
So being with someone is going to trigger so many different things in you that it's not even like worth it or recommended to be in a situation where you have to take another person's like their love languages, their form of love into account when you still haven't figured out what
was yours.
What you need to go through.
You know what? I feel like we need to make more room for self-love.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I used to think that it was just inherent. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I love myself. That's it. Like, I have so much, all the love that I have is for me to give because I already love myself. Mm-hmm. But it's like, no, I need to be active in that and take up space doing that. And then I can give additional love out. Yeah. Because if all the love that you have, you're giving away, it's draining. You will get drained. And then you're worrying about somebody else's needs and wants and you're abandoning your own. So, yeah. And when I say make room, like, do things. Yeah. Like, if you like going to the movies, go to the movies. You like flowers? Like, I love flowers. So I buy flowers. Yeah. I always I like that. Yeah. But like, society has conditioned us like, okay, like, get somebody flowers on a romance type thing. So it's to the point, I remember, and I try not to bring up exes, but I remember coming home once with flowers, and my ex was like, well, who got you those flowers? And I was like, I got myself flowers. No, who, like, basically, like, trying to pop off, like, I know some dude got you some flowers. No, I like flowers.
I mean, if you're talking about the dude at the cash register, yeah.
Right. But that just goes to show that, like, I hadn't been making that space. Like, I like flowers. I'm going to be buying myself flowers to the extent that somebody could be like, no, like you, I don't believe that. You're like, what? Yeah.
It's so unnatural to us to even conceive, and that person in that moment was kind of playing into what we've been taught, that a lot of things don't have much value unless it's done for you by someone else in a romantic setting. Oh my God. Yes. Like the movies, just like I said. Yeah.
It's like, oh, like somebody needs to take you to the movies. Like, what if I like watching movies
by yourself? I remember one time I went to a movie by myself. It was a good time. Bro, I went and left.
At the beginning of the pandemic, like right before it started, I was in California by myself. I went to the movies. What did I see? I was crying. I don't remember what movie I saw, bro, but I was in there weeping, and I had so much fun. Like.
Even going out, I think I've went to eat like at least one time by myself. I just had my work and stuff, just doing me, like.
And that's fine. Everything, we're so conditioned to have like somebody else there. And don't get me wrong, companionship is great, but we should not tie certain things to being done with another person. Like,
I don't think companionship is fulfilling if you haven't mastered this. And we're not taught that. Like you were saying earlier, you could say like, oh, I love myself. But what does that mean?
Yeah, and what does it look like? Does that mean? Are you doing it?
Right.
Or just...
do you really love yourself if you're exhibiting certain types of actions that kind of go against that?
Right.
Especially like in a romantic partnership. Do you really love yourself? Mm-hmm. You really got to get to like the nitty gritty of it. Like it's a long journey. It's like a lifelong journey, but like it's something that at the end of it is super fulfilling.
Undoubtedly.
You know what this brings up?
What?
Chloe.
Oh my God.
Chloe from Chloe and Halle.
Okay, first of all, this is a Chloe Stan account.
Period. And Halle too.
Chloe and Halle Stan account. You know what was so cute? Halle had posted her little butt today.
I know,
she
saw
was
that.
Like, I've been working on my butt. I'm like, you're so cute.
I was like, I love their relationship. And you could tell that Chloe is definitely the Cancer in the relationship.
What's Halle's sign?
I feel like she's an Aries. I think that's what they said.
What are Cancers like? I don't know.
Cancers are very emotional.
Oh, she be on there crying. Yeah. It's cute though.
And then I guess you could. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. That's really particular, but yeah, they're more so emotional. Even one time they were on live and someone had made her cry, and then Halle was like,
I saw that. That was funny. That was very funny.
Yeah,
she was like laughing at the person.
Chloe like crying. But anyway, back to Chloe.
We should give an overview first. Not
Yeah.
everyone knows who Chloe and Halle are. So basically, they're Beyonce's neos.
Proteges. Or neos.
Neophytes, okay,
Right.
if you don't know Greek life. But basically, they're a duo, two sisters.
Singing.
And
They
they
can sing
sing.
their
And they sing
asses
so
off.
good.
And they came up from YouTube covers.
Is that what they were doing?
That's
When
how,
they, I know
that's how
when they were,
Beyonce
found them.
is
Okay.
YouTube covers.
Okay, so there's an older sister and a younger sister. They are shaped a little bit different. Like the older, she's like an older sister, you know, like
she's 2 years
she's
older,
more.
I think.
Oh,
Or 1 year. They're either 2 or 1 year apart.
okay, a couple years apart, and the older sister is a little bit more shapely.
Yeah.
And as of lately, she's been living in that.
Yeah,
She's
got separate accounts.
They
so
have,
she's doing her thing.
They just now got like separate Instagram accounts. They've had the same one all along, and now the older sister is living her life, and there's been a lot of, I guess they could say, a lot of backlash. My timeline being too. My timeline is like
mine do too. Mine do being too.
But other people responding, so I guess people on their timelines, like people are not comfortable with how comfortable she is with herself, with her body, with her sexuality, to the extent that she had to go and comment on it. She was like, thank you guys who have been supporting me, but people don't see behind the scenes. Like, it took me a long time to get to this place where I even feel comfortable with my body like this.
Exactly.
So, and that just goes to show, like, you don't know what somebody's journey is. Right. And then you get to comment when they're at the finish line, like, you, like...
Instagram is never the full story. Like, how many times do we say that? I'm always going to post my best self. Or sometimes I be lacking, but, like, I'm always going to post the best. I'm not going to sit up here and write paragraphs day in and day out. But if you do on Instagram, that's fine. But that's not how I am. But, like, day in and day out, how I'm feeling about my body, how I'm insecure that day or that week, or, you know, I'm just not feeling it. But if I get to a point where I'm like, damn, I'm the shit. Like, I feel good about myself. I'm not putting nobody down. I'm just doing my thing. I'm in my room. I love the way my body looks. What gives you the right to tell me that I'm X, Y, and Z because I want to do that? This is my page. You ain't gotta follow me.
Right. And you can tell that she feels good. And I feel like the only people who will comment negatively on somebody who so visibly looks fabulous and they look like they feel good is someone who themselves doesn't. Yeah. And I see a lot of, and we've talked about this, I see a lot of like older Black women being like, kind of like, that's too fast.
Low
like
key, they the worst.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
Okay, but
older Black women be
can we just
tweaking?
We should talk about it because it's like a never ending cycle of like somebody older than you. It's like, you can't do that. And it comes from, I think, a place of like, well, I wasn't doing that when I was that age. And I wish I could have been twerking online, but somebody told me that I couldn't. Exactly. So I'm going to tell you that you can't. And I feel like we need to actively stop that.
And they be weird about that because like whole time online wasn't a thing when you was a kid.
Online wasn't a thing.
When you was in your 20s, there was no internet.
But there's this like modesty thing. Like, oh, okay, like... Even if they didn't have the internet, it's like, okay, you can't go out wearing X, Y, and Z because you don't want to look like this for that person. It's all about what other people perceive you like. Yeah. And I don't know, we could get really deep into it, like how Black women are perceived by society in general. Like we already have a microscope. But yeah, I think it originates from a lot of modesty politics.
Yeah, like, and even from that, it originates from catching the attention of men.
I was just
at the root of
get a
all
husband
evil
politics.
is men. They sell women this story, this image of if you're modest, you're gonna get the guy, you're gonna have the life, you're gonna have the kids, you're gonna have everything you need. All you have to do is wear a long ass jean skirt and a turtleneck, and you're gonna be so this, that, and the third. And we know for a fact that is false, because you could do all of that as a woman. Even if you want to, that's how you want to dress. Go ahead, baby girl, do your shit. And you get with a man that don't do half the shit they said that the man was going to do. So I think we need to remove men from the equation. Like, we don't care what men want us to do, because sometimes that they do live up to the expectations, but most of the times, like, how many stories do we ourselves know women within our family who have lackluster husbands, have been through this and that in the relationship, and there's such a great woman and this, that, and the third. You have to remove men from the situation. If you want to dress modest, that's you. Go ahead, baby girl, do your thing. If you want to do your thing and show your body, God should have never gave you that banging ass body anyway.
I think the problem is with this whole thing about men, they don't see the quality of the man as that's not considered. It's just
they don't be quality.
A man. They don't be quality at all. But it's like, okay, I got a man. Like people have said that before. Like at least I got a man. It's like, congratulations.
Man be cheating and all this other stuff. It's
right,
like,
but you can say like, okay, checkmate. Like in a relationship on Facebook, like
it's always a one-upping situation when you got a man, and I hate them type of people. I'm
trying to think of who has. I know exactly who has said that to me. Like, oh yeah, you just mad I got a man because you like.
And then you look at the man in question.
What? And even if the man is great, that's a good man for you. That has nothing to do with me. Like.
All right, just because you say that, I'm about to steal your nigga. Now what?
Right. Good luck getting him back.
So it's just, even with going back to Chloe, what I really hated about this whole entire situation is when they had the combined Instagram and Twitter accounts, motherfuckers could not stop talking about her body. It's look at how curvy she is. She's so thick. She's so this. But the moment she want to reclaim that for herself.
They're like, too much. Slow it down.
Oh, she's a hoe. She's fast. She's all of this. This is her body. Like, people always want to have ownership over women, and those days are so far. We are in 2021. We are so far beyond the need to be, viewed as this type of woman and that type of woman. Nobody cares. Nobody. And I'm not here for your enjoyment. This is my body.
It's about you. I feel like I look at Chloe doing whatever she wants with her body, and I'm like, I wish that when I was that age, I was the same way. Because you think about, we are so conditioned. I was like, okay, when I was her age, I was like in college on the dance team. It's like, okay, your coach is watching your page. You can't post, whatever. And then like, of course, family always. Then it's like, okay, I want to go to law school. All right, don't post nothing crazy because you got to get into school. Okay, then you get there. All right, don't post nothing crazy because you got to get a job. Then now I'm 27 and I'm posting whatever I want. And they're like, ooh, this is giving. It's like, I'm just being my normal self because now who would check me? Nobody. Like, I don't have nothing but I hate that we can't just exist separate from that.
Yeah.
Like, why do I got to be thinking about somebody looking at my page that has me having a butt has nothing to do with what's going on in my brain.
Exactly. Also, if you're an employee, what you doing on my Instagram anyway? You pay me to be there from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. What I do outside those hours are up to me. I hate the idea that we've gotten so comfortable with of our employers like having access to our social media. This is me. Like, you cannot. If you want to own my life, you better up this salary, something, because you're not about to do that to me.
No amount of money can pay for your freedom and who you are. True. And I also think about just like certain fields have far less Black people, okay? Mm-hmm. So my existence, my social media life and person, the person who I actually am and the person who I am at work, of course I'm the same person, but I'm not showing them the jokes and the stuff, the Chicago media takeout stuff like that I could read, but like they're not going to understand that. That's that's two different realms, so I shouldn't have to be worried about them seeing my social media self. The same reason that we can't talk about this podcast on our LinkedIn or at work because you don't want them to know who you.
It's because I'm a completely different person. The Merv that they see at work is not what y'all hear on this podcast. Dude, I don't even talk like this at work. I do not talk like this at work. It's very proper. Hello. I speak a lot more proper at work.
Wait, do you go by Merv?
Yeah, they call me Merv.
Oh, okay, I'm like, hey.
Yeah, they call me Merv. But yeah, I'm a lot more proper at work. If they were to listen to, especially our last year's podcast, they would be like, what the
fire her now. You know what? I feel like I am the same person. You can be the same person and be professional and be lax. Yeah. So like I am me and I'm at that point now. I feel like I had watched a video of me when I was on the dance team talking about something and I'm like cringe because it was like that's not even me. I was being a completely different like, okay, cheer girl person. That's not me. Now it's just like you with a tie on or you in leggings. That's the point that I am now. But it took a while to like,
Yeah, I feel like with me,
find the balance.
With the me at like how y'all know me and then me at work is like I low-key don't be feeling comfortable. Like I feel comfortable in my team, right. But I feel like when we talked about this a little bit in our I Just Want to Be Successful episode, where we talk about like as Black women, like I'm trying to reach like a higher like level eventually one day, and so I have to do all the right things to get there. So I'm not finna I can't do what my coworkers do. I can't really be telling my business and stuff to that because they can easily just use that against me. I don't trust those people. Like I'm really good with my core team, but everybody else, I'm like I have to show them like the best version of myself. I have to be doing my best at all times, and for me, that just so happened like I can't really crack the jokes that I crack. I can't really talk the way that I talk. I can't be at work talking about G and this all. You know, I can't do all that. Okay, you know, so I have to like have like my work persona and then like my podcast, which is like just my regular life. Stuff. And but
it's tiring.
It is tiring.
Like think about how much time we spend at work, bro.
40 hours a week minimum.
40 hours a week. Like
minimum.
That's crazy. As of lately, it's been getting harder and harder to work. Of course, we're working from home. And I be in here like, ooh, it's so pretty out. I want to look at the sky. Because I'm starting to, this isn't like an existential crisis, but it's an existential like curiosity. Yeah. Like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing for the daylight hours every single day?
Right?
It get dark. At 4 something. Like, so you're telling me that I'm supposed to be working through the daylight hours for 5 days out of 7? 5 days out of 7? Lot. What percentage is that?
Child, baby, you asking the wrong bitch. Girl.
I don't know.
I don't know what that percentage is. But
it's big, though.
Let me calculate it real quick.
It's a big percentage. That's a lot of time.
72%.
So 72% of your
every
week
is dedicated to work.
So we get 30...
29.
28... What?
Because 7 to 10 is 3. So if you have 71, you have a little bit less. You have 29.
So it's...
Or,
I was trying to hear...
72, my bad.
It's 28 hours.
Right.
So we get 28% of our week to do what we want.
Bro, and them weekends, bro, you blink and you done.
No, literally. We need a pre-weekend and a post-weekend, okay? Give me Friday and give me Monday. I'll work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, honey.
Or
gladly.
Give me Friday, give me a half day on Monday.
Oh, show up late on Monday.
Yeah, late or leave
show
early.
Up at noon. Ooh.
I think that'll be good.
I agree.
Because, like, if we have 5 days of work, like, we be trying to make some shit stretch, It don't even be working. Don't nobody work a full, actual 40 hours. But it's just like, you have to be present. Well, some people do. Not miss. I took a 3-hour nap today.
And then work 3 extra hours. The hours get worked. That's what's the problem with working from home. I worked until midnight yesterday. That's the problem with working from home. It's like, okay, if I don't do it between 9 and 5, I'm still gonna be at home at 5.
Right.
At 5 to 9.
Might as well do it.
So I might as well just do it then with the TV on and nobody, emailing me. So it's
I was speaking to my coworker. He actually but he's in London, and I had a question for him, and I said time at like 11 or 10 a.m. or maybe like 11 or 12, but that's 6 p.m. his time. I'm like, gee, I didn't know you was like this late. You could have told me you could have meet up tomorrow early. I don't want to like cut into your but he's like, no, it's okay with this job and being from home. I just take a break during the day and then come back and work again. And it's just like, but that's not healthy.
Okay, but you know what? The Spaniards do it.
Oh, siestas.
They take their siesta.
I do believe in siestas.
I need a siesta.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Just give me a siesta and then we're good. But I don't want to come back after.
Yeah. I think my job is doing a good job of at least trying. Like today we have like our wellness day. So it was a day off. Like they was like encouraging you to be healthy, but it's too snowy outside. So it's like you just get a free day off.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So that self-love conversation definitely weaved into a whole lot of other subtopics, but that just goes to show you how valuable and worthy the journey of self-love is. I encourage everybody to pursue it.
Wait, should I talk about the book Finding Your Purpose or
Yeah,
not? Okay,
talk
okay. There was this other book. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this. Hakai guy. You always say a different thing. Whatever.
Let me not even try.
it.
Yeah, Ikai guy or Ikia guy.
Not Iki. You just add a hella extra letters, bro. Okay, so it's spelled Ikigai. If anybody knows how to pronounce this, let us know. Okay, so the like subtitle is The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. So basically, of course, I have not read the entire book. As you see, I'm on page 55. The premise of the book is to find your purpose and be happy in that. So it basically splits your life into 4 separate categories: what you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs. So it says what you love and what you're good at, that's your passion. What you're good at and what you can be paid for, that's your profession. What you can be paid for and the world needs is your vocation. And what the world needs and what you love is your mission. But there's this little space in the middle where what you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs meet. And that is your, say it, Murph.
Ikigai.
Ikigai or something like that, okay? And that's your purpose. So I feel like on this topic of self-love, like figuring out what are those things that make you happy, what you love, what you are actually good at. And being honest with yourself, okay? Like, just because you like doing it don't mean you're good at it.
Yeah.
And then what the world needs and what you can be paid for. I think that's so difficult because you can love something and be great at it and the world really need it and it don't pay. Like I'm thinking about like in the law. There are so many attorneys who are doing amazing things. Like,
but they're not getting paid.
But they're not getting paid. So it's so hard. But yeah, find your Ikigai.
Yeah, we encourage you to go on that journey, y'all. And then the very last of the 8 different types of love that exist according to the ancient Greek, we have agape, and this is selfless love. So this is basically the highest form of love that anybody can offer or achieve. And this is the type of love that you give without expecting anything or receiving anything.
Just giving. It's
just like giving. And this one is connected to your spirit.
Oh.
Yep. And then with your spirit, it creates a purpose bigger than yourself. So it's motivating you to be kind to others.
Just to be a good addition to this world.
And this is showing up in how people, like you just said, dedicating their lives to improving the world or improving the lives of other people. And even just being conscious of like mankind and like the good that you can provide.
This is just emotional.
Literally, isn't it?
It's
like
so beautiful.
This is why I think philosophy and stuff like that is so important because like life is like it's so much more beyond. Y'all already know I hate capitalism, so it's much more beyond that and beyond just like the work or like the material that we have. There's so much that we can learn, but it's like kind of seen like especially like when you're trying to pursue something in college. That's like one of those careers like. Why would you get a career or a degree in that? That's you never find a paying job. Or those unpopular majors and stuff like that. I would put that in there. Like if you tell your parent, I'm gonna be a philosophy major, I'm like, what the hell?
Honestly, I loved philosophy classes.
Me too.
And I love how I love the thought of thinking.
Me too.
Like it was some dudes back in the day who was just like, you know what? let's think about
think.
how people think.
Let's sit here and think.
And let's talk about it.
And let's write about it.
I love that for them.
Yeah.
Because if you go, I feel like this is one of those areas, we've talked about the school or no school thing or whatever before, but this is one of those areas where it's like, you live your life as it is and you just go about, and then you go take a class like philosophy and it's like, oh, that's like, that one thing. Yeah. It like connects the dots because it's so practical. Yeah. I love that.
It's not and also what I love, I took a love and hatred class in college. It was pretty cool.
Love and hatred?
Yeah. That was the name of the class. It was a pretty cool class. Ooh. And the thing about it, the professor, he was he was a philosophy person. You could tell in how he acted, how he showed up, and everything like that. But there was no way you was going to fail that class. There was no right or wrong answer. And that's what I like about philosophy. It encourages people to think. Because imagine if these people didn't sit around and think. We wouldn't have this. We wouldn't know how to experience self-love. We wouldn't know how to define like these different types of loves in our life. We'd just kind of be existing kind of robotic and keeping it all inside.
It kind of gives you the code. And I feel like that's what school is supposed to be for, and at its best that's what it does. It's been failing a bit, but it's supposed to be like, okay, we've looked at all this stuff and here are the patterns that we notice, and here's what this is, and here's what this means, and this might spur this other thing. I love that. Philosophy girls,
I love that too. They be on to something for real.
They do, always. I love those. I would love back in the day in school having those moments like, aha. Like, that's what that is.
Instead of, this is right, that's wrong. That's so boring.
Oh my gosh. I'm reading this book and it's called, I seem like I'm such a reader,
I'm like,
bro.
When did you start reading, honey?
Bro, okay, first of all, in my day-to-day work, the amount that I have to read is sickening. Like,
and lawyer jargon and all that.
Bro, if people knew how much lawyers read, so I read a lot, but not for leisure. So that's why I've been trying to, as of lately, read leisurely more. Yeah. And I started this book, and it's called Lies My Teacher Told Me.
Did you mention that online?
Probably.
Okay.
So because I'm having a good time reading it. It's basically
Lies My Teacher Told. Let me go ahead and check that out.
And I bought my teacher. I bought my auntie a copy of the book, and she's a teacher. She was a teacher, now she's in administration, but it's so good. It's talking about where the education system has failed, where all the books be saying the same thing for 30 years and don't add nothing, how they make these people into heroes, and it's like, but he also was trash too. Like, you look at like Abe Lincoln. They're like, he freed the slaves. And Abe Lincoln was like, I don't even want them here. Put them somewhere else. Get them out of my sight.
Or even with, what's his name? JFK. How they pride him on what was it, the civil rights thing? Maybe they didn't even know what was going on. He was too busy fucking everybody and everything. Yeah. So it was just kind of one of those pandering type of things.
Yeah. Okay. That's exactly what the book talks about. Like, just like how we learn and how they be tweaking. Yeah. But I would 10 out of 10 recommend that book.
Absolutely.
I don't even remember how we got to talk about
I have no idea either.
I just kind of
we be spazzing. We just be going into some other stuff. I'm like, wait, how we gonna circle back that?
So philosophy, though. How did we start talking about that?
We was talking about selfless love and then being good to other people and just consciousness, girl, child. Anyway,
go read that.
Basically. Thank you to FTD by Design. This is where we got all this information today that we discussed. But they said basically the closing argument is in different types of love, it's best to apply multiple different combinations of the loves that we just mentioned. So it's not like, because I'm in a friendship with someone, I have to do just the affectionate type of love. You can have multiple, and then they have a chart here with different examples. And I like how in the friendship one they created Philia, which is the affectionate love, and storage, which is the familiar love. But they also included self-love, because we talked about how it is in romantic love, but you have to also have that in friendships. It's just another type of, even with families, you have to know your worth. Across the board, that's just such a common thing.
We should let's touch on that one for a second. Self-love and what it looks like in the friendship context. Okay?
Yeah.
That just means there's that storage, that long term, we've been at it for a long time type love.
Yeah.
Just because you've been friends with somebody for a long time does not mean that they're meant to be on your entire journey with you the whole time. You have to get to a point, if your values diverge, okay? Y'all don't see things eye to eye. You have to keep on. This is my note to self, that a friendship might be expiring. If I have to keep on repeating myself.
Yeah.
Hey, I hate when you do this one thing.
Right.
Hey, you're still doing that thing I really hate. Hey, someone
give me a good point. If I have to ask you for a second time, I'm begging. And I'm not about to do that with anybody. Unless you have bad hearing, then I'm going to go ahead and repeat myself. But other than that, you heard me the first time. You knew exactly I don't like what you do, but you're going to do that anyway. Yeah. That shows me that you do not have respect for me. And I can't be over here disrespecting myself. You're
disrespecting yourself
by allowing someone to disrespect me.
From other people.
So I have to remove myself from that situation. I feel like just all the relationships that we're in, doesn't matter what level on the romantic scale it is, but we need to be in situations that's going to elevate us.
Yes.
Elevation.
Upward
always.
And onward.
Obviously, it doesn't always happen, but that's something that we need to strive for because it's pretty evident. Why wouldn't you want to be in a situation where someone's building you up? Why would I always want someone breaking me down? It doesn't have to be a situation where you think so highly of yourself that you can't listen to others, but you can be with someone that calls you out on this shit. Like, hey, you're doing that, and I don't think that's right. Yeah. And you're like, okay, cool, my bad. Let me go ahead and change that so I can be on this next level playing with you. That's going to elevate our friendship.
Yeah, but if it's digging in the trenches.
Right. And we're talking about these people that be making fun of your insecurities in front of you, and maybe that's not a good friend. I don't know how you shake it. That's not a good friend. You need to be in situations that are always building you up. And remember, in any situation, you can have different types of love working simultaneously. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. That friendship topic. Think about that. Okay, this Valentine's Day. How you're gonna love yourself. I feel like we're always like, let these people go. Right. Let my people go. But really, like, that's so important. Who you have around you, like who's feeding into you is so important.
Yeah. And I think honestly for me, who your friends are speaks a lot more volume than who your partner is for me.
So you feel like who your friends are more indicative of your character than your partner. Yes. Okay. I feel like it depends.
I mean, both of them, I'll look at you like, what the fuck? But, like, I'm saying, like, your friends.
With friends, you can see a pattern. With friends, it's more than one person. With friends, it's like a group, and you see how the group thinks. With a partner, y'all might have some weird, like, one-off connections or something, But, yeah, like, I can think of, like, some people's friends I don't like being around.
Yeah. Me too.
Because I'm like, what?
Me too.
This is not... Like, y'all are not my... And that's fine. Like, you can have a friend of a friend. Like, and it can stay as that. Like, I don't know what more to say.
Yeah.
Some people's...
I mean, they're both definitely telling. But for me, I sometimes put friendships on a higher pedestal than romantic love. I've gotten to that point where I see it that way.
Emphasize friendship more. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, if you hanging out with all the wrong people...
Then what are you?
Yeah, what are you trying to say? Like, you a wrong person too. At some point, you move past being just like, like catching strays into like, you must think how they think too if you still friends with this person.
That's a good point. At some point, like, okay, say for instance, like you knew some people growing up, okay, like proximity or like you're in college, proximity. Now we're grown. So at this point, the people that you're spending your time with are the people that you're choosing to spend your time with. Yep. And if you're spending your time with some bird brains,
I'm on the thing.
You
got a bird brain. First one is Philia, which is affectionate love. This is most common in true friendships or between family members. And the love catalyst is your mind because you share the same wavelength, and so this is someone that you can trust. Then we have pragma, which is enduring love. This is the love that it's a unique bond that builds over time. For example, in relationships, when the love is different from year 1 to year 2, so on and so forth, and it's based in commitment and dedication. And a lot of this is subconscious, which kind of drives you to your partner and knowing like their feelings and things of that nature.
I think of that one also with family, like your parents. Like, as you get older, you get closer to them. And it's like, it's just inherent. Like, y'all are just there. Yeah. Maybe a little different, but that's how it comes out.
For sure. And then you have storage, which is familiar love. Most likely between, parent-child or childhood friends is built on memories. Like, the more memories you share, more good memories you share, that value of that relationship grows over time. And then our favorite, Eros, romantic love. This deals with personal infatuation and physical appearance attached to your physical body. there's a fire that burns inside you for this person, as they would say on Bridgerton.
I burn for you. I was just about to say that. Bridgerton.
And then you have Ludos, which is playful love. So we talking honeymoon stage, y'all flirting, can't get enough of this person. It plays on your emotions.
I wish that one wasn't romantic, because that sounds like just playing, like, like joking. Yeah. And I'm like, that's the me,
childlike behavior. Absolutely.
Right, yeah.
And the one that we want to avoid at all costs, mania, obsessive love. This person is just like obsessive and possessive of you. You don't want to deal with these type of love. It's based in survival. This person feels like they cannot be or live without you, so they act in ways that are not so great.
Go listen to our episode. Don't you know that you're toxic? If you're looking for
exam, baby.
Of that.
Then we have what did I say? Philia, which is self-love that we just talked about. This is just having a healthy relationship with yourself and really like knowing your worth and your
setting
value.
Your boundaries. We have an episode on that too.
Setting your boundaries. I'm gonna link all these in the description, y'all. This is connected directly to your soul. This is what your body needs mentally, physically, emotionally. And then, of course, selfless love. This is kind of like the love that you're giving without ever expecting anything back.
It's literally what you put into the world. Like, everybody lately has been all like vibes, good vibes.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can tell when somebody's a good vibe. They don't have to be like good vibes. Right. But it's literally like the vibe that you put into the world. Like, how do people feel when they interact with you? Do they feel warm?
Right.
Do they feel good and seen, or do they feel like you shady and you about to go talk about that? Like
self-love
and donating stuff.
Love. Yeah, right. Giving back to the greater. This is like the highest form. Yeah. This is like what do you call ethereal or nirvana? Right? It's like that feeling. Like this is like the highest.
That's that thing.
Yeah, basically that's the feeling. And this is connected to your spirit, so I guess that's why it's so strong. But those are the different types of love that us humans experience.
Come on. You know what? I wonder if animal... Okay, let's just not get...
I'm sure they do. We can't... We don't know animal language, so... I mean... We don't even know what would be going on with them.
Speak for yourself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's give people some like ideas for Valentine's Day, okay? Yes. So we're saying don't be... If you're single, or even if you're not single, or if you're halfway single, in a situation,
or you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, if you're confused.
Right.
Then give some love to your friends and to your family. I think we gave some throughout. Like, if memories make you feel good with someone, send them a picture. Or if you have a old, I don't know, camera, print out a picture or something.
Send it to them, post it on your Instagram stories.
Flowers. You know what?
Flowers.
Oh, you know what? Flowers. This is a good opportunity. So, my brother's girlfriend, my sister-in-law,
Carly?
Her name is Deanna. Hey, Carly. Carly listens to... I'm talking about Deanna, though.
Yeah, I love Deanna.
Hello
her
to the
is
duo.
So good. Her sweet.
Okay, yeah. So
shout out to Deanna's sweet.
Deanna's sweet dreams. Okay, sweet dreams. Go to her Instagram. She has some good goodies, and she's been posting. We had a conversation about that, and then she was posting about it like, hey, buy some stuff for your friends for Valentine's Day. Here's some pretzels.
And it be fire, y'all. Like, it's so
flame.
good. Especially the taffy grapes are my personal favorites.
Flame, bro. Like,
so go good. The cake pops was good, too. I'm actually need to buy me some. I don't know if she's going to deliver in this weather, but
she's having pickup and I think a little bit of delivery, too. And she ships some places, too, depending on the thing you're asking for. But moral of the story, like, imagine it's Valentine's Day and you single and maybe you and your dude just broke up or whatever the case may be. And then your friend is like, hey, check the mail.
Right.
And it's like a sweet for you being like, I love you. Oh my God. That's so sweet. And
it'll make them like, damn, this person really thought about me. Or like, I feel so good in this. You just never know how you can change someone's mood.
And that's that. What's that last one? That love, that's...
Agape
or something.
AGAPE, agape.
I don't know. That's that. Like, you can be that for someone, and then maybe next year they will think of Valentine's Day as a day of love instead of a day of
romantic.
Not arguing with that man.
Right. Yeah, Valentine's Day has just become such a competition. So let's just like focus on what it really is here for, and that's love at the end of the day. Self-love. If you want to take yourself out, you can't go to movies, but like if you want to pop in a movie on Netflix, you know, get you
drink some wine. This De La Rosa,
it's
flame,
good.
bro.
If you like sweet wine, this stuff is good too.
De La Rosa.
Oh, don't say Tula Day ain't sponsoring us.
Not yet.
Right now, yeah. But yeah, just honestly do you. Y'all gotta be in the house. You know, do you. Don't feel bad if you don't have a Valentine or anything like that.
The universe can be your Valentine, okay? Right. Just show love.
Absolutely. Show love.
Boom. And I think
that's it. That's it for today's episode. We love talking to y'all. We wish y'all would talk to us back in the emails.
But you know what?
We enjoy it.
People have been responding on the story and in our comments. Okay, so maybe y'all just not the email girls.
Yeah,
like maybe
we should put it in the stories.
Like our email. We should have a question box.
And then use that as a thing.
Instead of we'll make a question box, okay? Because
people will talk to y'all people, and you know we gonna get it together. But yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We hope you loved our conversation about love.
And we love you.
And we love y'all so much. And make sure y'all are following us on our Instagram at Read the Room Pod, on our Twitter at Read the Room Pod. Our email, like I said, is always there for y'all. You know, at readtheroompod@gmail.com.
If you want to book us, no, I'm just kidding.
No, if you do want to book us, or if you want it, and if you feel like I'll become an artist or something, let us know. No, I'm just kidding.
An interview.
Yeah.
Us interview an artist?
Didn't you say we wanted to get in our journalism bag?
Yeah, I do. Okay. Oh, you know, and I know some artists. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, we could do that. But again, thank y'all for tuning in. If you like this episode or our previous content, feel free to leave us a review. We prefer 5 stars, but if you have any tweaks for us to make, let us know.
And go watch us on YouTube, okay?
Yeah, please.
Because I think that it's like actually entertaining to watch. Like hearing us is fine, but to see us interacting,
y'all definitely rock with the audio more than y'all do our YouTube, which is honestly great. But like,
go watch us. Maybe we should have a watch party soon.
We were supposed to have another one, but timing. But yeah, we'll probably have a watch party soon. But until then, thank y'all so much. Love y'all. Hope you enjoyed the conversation today. We shall see you next time.
Bye. Happy Dia de Amor.
See ya. That was the episode.